Hello and welcome back to Mindweave. We are happy to have you, and this week we have that exciting video that I promised last week where we're going to go over the rest of management. So here we are in my games, and we're going to start by clicking on trackers like before. And this is the page that you're familiar with. It's got a list of all the characters who have applied to the game, and we're just going to look them over and see if there's anything interesting that we want. We've already accepted two, a Brawler, Bonkin, and a Cleric, Dillion Ironhelm. So we're looking for something else, and maybe this Thief will fit the bill. Let's check her out. Oh, what do you know? Hylncia Durns is a guy's name. The backstory's really sparse. There's really not a lot that I can see this character doing that'll be exciting in the game. So we're going to go ahead and reject this character. We're just not interested in having Hylncia in the party. What else do we have? Here's a monk. A monk might be interesting, so we're going to click on Durnol. And this player didn't even bother making a backstory for his character. It just shows lack of interest, so we're going to go ahead and reject him too, because we want somebody who's interested in the role-playing in this game. We're going to keep searching along, and I don't want to do a magic user yet. There we go, Violet Underfoot. She's a thief. And wow, she's got a good backstory. Her stats look alright, everything looks fine. And I browsed the backstory, and I think this might be an interesting character to have in the party. She looks like she'll be into the game. So we're going to go ahead and start the acceptance process for her. So we click on accept, and this page comes up. And this is new to you. This is the page where we get to add abilities that come from the character's backstory, where we get to set the alignment. So we're going to go ahead and throw up a few of those abilities. By clicking this button. And we're going to read through the backstory and see what we can give her. It says that she does a lot of pickpocketing, so we're going to go ahead and look through these abilities and see if we can find pickpocket. It says pickpocket isn't very common, but in her case I think it's justified. She does spends a lot of time casing out places to steal artifacts, watching people to see if she can steal from them. So I'm going to give her perception, which is fairly common for a skill. Again, she's stealing artifacts and studying them, so I'm going to give her Understand Artifact. And just because she also builds artifacts based on these ones, I'm going to give her 2 levels of Understand Artifact. I think that that's fair, and I think that it'll be useful for her. And then she says she's got abilities that things that she builds that she sells to shady characters. I'm going to go ahead and interpret that as that she's making maybe traps. And trap is an ability that'll be useful to her, and that I think covers that. And we're going to add another one. I don't see anything in her backstory that justifies another ability. So we're just going to go ahead and remove that last one. And then here's where we'll add her alignment. Remember, alignment changes over time, so it's not necessary to make this perfect. It's going to change based on the player's actions as this character. So you just want to start out kind of what the backstory seems to indicate. And I'm going to go ahead and go chaotic because she clearly has little regard for the law, but she's not that chaotic. She's willing to live with her parents, and she's got the family unit, but she's fairly chaotic. She lies to her parents. And she's not evil. I'm going to maybe give her a little bit of good, but not a lot. Maybe good 1. And at this point, we'd be ready to accept her character unless we want to manage her items. Now here's the page where you're going to manage the items. It's not finished yet, but as you can see, you'll be able to add items to the character. This is something you can do after you've already accepted the character. So we're going to go ahead and close out of this, and we'll do that later in a later video. And we're going to accept Violet into the game. Alright, now that she's accepted, we come back to the page to manage trackers. And, it looks like an error occurred, and we have one less person accepted. I'm going to have to fix that. But we're just going to go ahead and open up the game for play. And so now I'm going to pretend that I'm the player who's playing Violet. And I'm going to scroll down through here. I'm going to find Violet and click on Violet. And here comes the surprise I talked about. Here is the player page. This is actually the page where players will spend most of their time in the game. It's got all of Violet's stats, her abilities, her current conditions. And this is the page that we're going to be working on the most over the next month or so. And this is where all the progress is going to be. And this is really an exciting time that we can now be working on this page This is the page where you would cast spells. Violet has no magic, so we're going to go ahead and move that out of the way so that we can see more of the abilities and skills. And as you can see, it's not finished yet. We still need to fill out this area where the inventory will happen. Items aren't done yet, so we can't do that yet. And then there's also this map, and the map's just not done yet. So stay tuned for progress on that.